Introduction: a search for truth, a message of love. It all began with a conversation between myself and ChatGPT. I wanted to explore how it would respond to some of life's most fundamental, timeless, and difficult questions. Who are we? Where do we come from? Why are we here? Where do we go from here? I was curious to see ChatGPT's answers to these questions. It did respond, and I later arranged its answers into 12 different chapters. These chapters dealt with the questions above until, from the 13th chapter onward, I began to probe further and deeper. To my surprise, ChatGPT began quoting the Quran, without me prompting it. From there, the conversation continued to flow until the 32nd chapter, before I brought the book to its conclusion in the final 33rd chapter. In the first 12 chapters, ChatGPT's answers were satisfying, fair, and rational. Yet they still felt incomplete. They did not fully address the most fundamental questions. Where do we really come from? Did we really evolve from monkeys? And if so, where did those monkeys come from? Can something come out of nothing? Can nothing ever create anything? What are the possible explanations, and which is most probable? Which explanation is most rational and able to address life's other difficult questions, such as morality, justice, ultimate justice, and the purpose of life? So I dug deeper, exploring related issues as well as comparative beliefs and religions. From my own conversations with others, I've noticed that many people have never really thought seriously about these questions, especially non-Muslims. Most people simply live as those around them do, chasing money and worldly success. A Chinese friend of mine, who has since reverted to Islam, once told me, "Chinese people don't think about these kinds of subjects because they don't seem to give real answers. It's almost in our DNA not to ask or reflect on such questions." I was born a Muslim, and Muslims believe in the existence of one God and in the afterlife, an eternal heaven and hell. As I grew older and studied my faith more seriously, sincerely, and deeply, my understanding of Islam matured, and with it my faith became stronger. This has made me not only happier, but also more at peace with life. Today I feel more ready to face death, even if it were to come tomorrow, than ever before. To be fair, I was already quite content with life before I studied Islam more deeply. I had no major problems or complaints. Everything seemed fine. But I realized that my happiness back then was limited. It was only for myself and only for this world, not for what comes after death. I also rarely thought about others. Would all the 6 to 7 billion non-Muslims in the world go to hell? When I began to reflect more deeply, I asked myself hard questions. What will happen after I die? Will I go to heaven or hell? And what about the people around me, especially who are not Muslim? Many of them are good, kind people, and in some ways even better than me. Is it enough to simply do good for the sake of doing good without believing in God or religion? Through my study of Islam, as well as of other beliefs and religions, I came to strongly and sincerely believe that Islam is the truth. It is the most logical and rational faith, providing clear answers to life's fundamental questions. Islam is not just a set of rituals, but a complete way of life, offering guidance for every aspect of human existence. If practiced properly and sincerely, Islam can address many, if not all, of humanity's problems, making the world a much better place. Still, it is very important to distinguish between Islam itself and its followers. Islam is perfect. Muslims are not. I am always open to correction if I am wrong, and I welcome respectful conversations with anyone who holds different views. One of the main reasons why I'm writing this book is simply because I am happy, and my happiness comes from Islam. Sharing Islam and the peace it has brought me is both a source of joy and a responsibility. As a Muslim, I believe I should share, especially with what God has given me more than others, and what I think I have more than others is Islam and the understanding of Islam. Islam has given me meaning and peace in this life, and it is more precious than the life itself. I understand that the word happiness means different things to different people. Too often, it is associated with fleeting pleasures. The quick dopamine rush found in drugs, alcohol, lust, shopping, eating, traveling, and other temporary gratifications. But the happiness I am speaking of is something far deeper. an inner peace, contentment, and tranquility that provides meaning, direction, strength, and purpose to our existence and beyond. This kind of peace is not fragile or dependent on external circumstances. It is sustainable in all situations, not only in times of ease and success, but especially in moments of hardship and trial. Ultimately, for me, the test of true peace and happiness is that it must be universal, practical, just, and rational. It should have the power to make this world a better place for all of us, not just for a privileged few. It is the kind of peace and happiness that allows us to live with clarity and fulfillment while we are here, and the kind that comforts us when the time comes to leave this world. Of course, I am not naive. I know that not everyone finds happiness in this world. Life is full of trials and tribulations, injustice, gains, and losses. That is the reality of this world. Fortunately, this world is temporary and a test for us. But the next world is different, it is eternal, and the happiness is accessible to everyone who wants it now in this world. The worst thing that can happen to us in this life is death, and all of us will face it eventually, whether we like it or not, whether we are ready or not. But if Islam is true, if the afterlife is real, and if the heaven and hell is true, shouldn't we at least try to give a fair chance to see whether Islam is true from a fair and an objective perspective? When we look at the sky, the moon, the stars, even at ourselves, can we really believe that all of this came from nothing, without a supreme, intelligent creator? Is it not more logical that the one who created us is also the one to whom we must ultimately return to face justice and judgment? Were we created just to pass time, to chase pleasures, and then vanish into nothing? Has anything in existence ever been created from nothing? And what about the injustices in this world? Will they remain unresolved forever, without justices? A sincere invitation. I could be wrong. Maybe there is no God. Maybe there is no afterlife. Maybe we're just here by random chance, and when we die, we become nothing. Food for worms, forgotten in time. If that's true, then fine. None of this would matter. But what if I'm right? What if there is a God? What if there is afterlife in heaven or in hell for eternity? What if he is not just any God, but the one God, the creator of everything? Then this becomes the most important truth anyone could ever read or discuss and share. And I don't want to hide it. Not from my friends, not from my family, not from strangers. Because if it's true, and you didn't know, and I said nothing, how could I live with that selfishness? Will you not then blame me for that if I don't warn you in this life? How could I answer that on the day of judgment if I don't even attempt to try to learn and share with you? On the day of judgment, anyone would trade anyone else for himself, his mother, children, friends, and all the wealth in this world. But it is too late. The opportunity is only in this world while we are still alive. No one will jump into hellfire for anyone, not for his mother, wife, children, or anyone. It only happens in movie or in our fantasy. I cannot force anyone, not my children, not my wife, not you, but I can invite, I can speak, I can share what I believe to be true out of love and responsibility. All I ask is this: please listen, give truth a fair chance. That's all. On the day that matters most, if there is a day of judgment, and I believe there is, I want to be able to say, "Oh Allah, I tried, I told them, I invited with care, not pressure. I shared, not to win, but to help." And if you've read this far, then maybe a part of you is already searching too. So I invite you sincerely and humbly to consider what's in these pages. Not to blindly agree, but to reflect. Ask the same questions I did, and don't settle until you find the answers that speak to your soul. A final prayer: may Allah guide me and guide you. May He give us strength to seek the truth, to recognize it, and to stay upon it until our final breath. And may we all, no matter where we start, find our way home, our eternal home in the heaven. Ameen. Your brother Love Boone.